L3Harris's customer-centric approach has led to the development of new products, new services that are helping their airline customers get their capacity right as they go forward and to plan for a post-pandemic future. How are they doing that? We're going to talk to two of the executives now to find out just how. So Robin Glover-Faure, the Vice President of Sales for L3's Commercial Aviation training business. We've seen a lot of new business coming in, particularly as the world was worrying so much about the pandemic. How are you getting all this and handling all this in this post-pandemic world?
Well, you're right. It's encouraging to see demand come back into the industry. That's very welcome after a very difficult period. We're really focusing on supporting our customers. In the period of the pandemic, we've invested in our existing product set, our simulators, upgrading them, developing new devices like our flight training devices, working with the regulations, particularly in the FAA, the level 5 FTDs in EASA, using FTD2 legislation. We're finding those are very popular with our customers. But we're going beyond that. We're also looking at investing in, we announced today, for example, new areas in the world that we'll partner in the development of simulators. We announced with Shanghai Aviation Technology Company in China, a cooperation MOU where we can work with them to provide training solutions for the future for the China market. Other areas that we're investing in is the advanced air mobility market, a growing market. We've already got some of our avionics products on there, our lightweight recorders, but we're also looking at how we develop the training solutions for those new generation devices that are coming to the market in the next 2 or 3 years.
Okay, that's a particularly exciting sector. It's new, it is completely new. It's not just like picking up the aircraft that already exist. I mean, are you finding a demand for that?
Well, the demand is yet to emerge. There's clearly a projection that these devices will be, there'll be demand over cities and the urban area. Most of them are planning to come into service in the 24 to 27 timeframe. But we're working with those companies to develop the platforms that are going to be able to serve that market.
I mean, data analytics is big business really these days, isn't it? Big data, big business. So the services, L3 services, are doing something different, aren't they? Just tell me about how that works.
Yes, we've decided to invest in the services side of our business, specifically data analytics. There is a clear demand in the market now to take the data that is coming off their aircraft, data that comes off simulators, and turn those data points into insights. So we're investing in a data pool concept where airlines will be able to put their data into that pool and compare the output of their operation against a wide range of other airlines, so they can see the efficiency of their fleets against other airlines. We think that this will lead to insights, for example, that will help with sustainability, helping airlines meet their goals around the net zero targets of 2050 by using their data and turning that into insights through apps.
So, Kinda Sarrage, Vice President Sales for Middle East, Africa and South Asia. I just want to know, there's a lot of reports about pilot shortages and how it's going to hit the industry. Can you tell me about the Pathway program for training cadets and other programs that you're operating now and have introduced to enhance pilot training?
So in the Middle East region, we are still training Kuwait Airways MPL students. We're still training Indigo cadet pilots, as well as Saudiya pilots. We're introducing the Pathways program for airlines that don't have a cadet program, whereas we will work with the airlines to sponsor whitetail candidates and giving them opportunities once they complete their training. They can select from a pool of the students that have graduated from our flight schools.
So there's always been this argument that it's so expensive. How does that work? How do you get the airlines to sort of get involved in sponsoring or helping to support, bring pilots from perhaps poorer backgrounds and different backgrounds into the industry?
So the biggest challenge that cadets face is not getting jobs at the end of the program. So even if the airline is not sponsoring it, if they can give them a letter of intent to be hired once they successfully complete the program, that gives the cadets assurances that they will have a job at the end of the day.
So you've had success with airlines like Kuwait Airlines doing their MPL program. Do you see other take-up coming up in that region?
We are seeing an indication that there will be more cadet programs launching. But again, there are a lot of whitetail programs, and at the end of the day, the students pay for themselves, but the airlines will hire them.
So, customized customer support services, it sounds like a bit of a buzz term. Can you tell me specifically what it means, what the customized program and resources are, and what sort of issues do they solve?
Well, it's about making it easy for customers. So we recognize that customers, as they come out of the pandemic, they're looking for new ways, new solutions to make it very simple for them, for example, to operate their simulators over a period of time with the knowledge that those simulators are going to have a spares support in service in terms of field engineers, making sure that those simulators are up 24/7, and it's really about providing that service, a encompassing service that keeps their devices fully functional throughout the term of ownership.
Okay, we've talked about your partnerships, the new prospects, and everything else that's going so well for L3Harris. What else have you got on the horizon? Where do you see the future going?
Well, I think one of the biggest challenges is how do we support our customers as they are trying to put their capacity back into the market. It's great to see the demand coming back. The industry's clearly struggling now to get that capacity back into the market. So we see our role to develop a range of products that support them in terms of their training, but also bring in services that make those products more efficient and more aligned to what they're trying to achieve in their training operations.